Alright, everyone. Alright, so I don't think I have the, the fucking thing on yet, the actual DLM page yet, so give me a sec. That one, I think. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so it should be good. There we go. So, dude, how are we all doing, lads? Pretty exciting box today, not gonna lie. Hopefully, this better be an upgrade over the last one. I swear to God. After that last box, I'm looking for some content, man. 2 videos was not enough to take me fancy. I needed some content. That just was not it. New card trader card? Is it in game currently, or is it one coming that I don't know about yet? So I haven't actually opened Duel Links since the update. We're too busy playing the new Master Duel update. Again, only one Master. Oh, only one Nor monster. I know. Ruining my box reviews every time. Every single time. This box has content? I fucking hope so. Bloody damn well should. A DLC? Wait, really? There's a level increase? Hang on, before we get into this review, hang on. Is there actually a level increase? Oh shit, there actually is. Wait a minute. Wait, what did they add? Nightmare Unicorn? Wait, Nightmare Mermaids in the card trader? Right? That's an interesting addition. Huh. They just kind of added Nightmare. Wait. What? If this card is linked summon, you can discard one card, special summon one Nightmare monster from your deck. Then if it's co-linked with this effect activated, you can draw 1 card. Yeah, that's pretty good, that card. Huh. That's interesting. Well, better grab that on the card trader. What the fuck? Oh, that memory's still banned? Yeah, I thought it was. There's a reason I didn't really know what the effect was, because I remember it was on the, I was pretty sure it was on the ban list. Alright, so what they had in the, level increase? Another awakening? Okay. Don't care too much. What? Sorry, this one. What? Does it look like I need more copies of Red Eyes? And it's all, of course, is the one where he's holding a rock, of course. The holding rock card art, for anyone that doesn't know. Look at it. This dude in his right hand right now, he's just holding a rock. That's all he's doing. Oh, his left hand, sorry. The worst card art, because it's bad. Alright. What is this? Grand Tusk Dragon. If this card's normal spell or summon, you target 2 cards on the field, destroy them. And if you do, this card gains 600 attack for each destroyed. I mean, not awful, I just don't know what we're going to use it in, but sure, I guess. I don't really have any generic dragon decks, so it's probably not going to be played anywhere. Well, it's not an awful effect, I guess. Might fit in somewhere eventually. Don't even care for this. When your opponent activates a monster threat, don't inflict damage, it doesn't negate activation. I don't care. Oh! Hey, you've already got these cards, right? Yeah. Are we getting Crimson Nova? Cannot be known as signed. It must be better signed from your hand while revealing 3 cubic cards and you have different names. It cannot be summoned by other ways. Unaffected by other monsters' activate effects. His original attack is 3,000 or less. That's kind of busted in Duel Links, not gonna lie. When this attacking card destroys monster by battle, you can activate this effect to make a second attack during this battle phase. During your end phase, each player takes 1,500 damage. I mean, not the worst. Probably one of the better cubic boss monsters, I guess. So sure, I guess they're getting a. Well, they've actually got it now, right? Might have to after my sushi video tomorrow for Master Duel, I might have to bid up Duel Links and make a Duel Links video before the new box releases on some of these cards. Or maybe just this card. Why do we need a playset of this? Oh, we're getting a third Summoner's art. Okay. That might be useful somewhere. We do use this card occasionally. Alright, so that's pretty cool. This one is very exciting, but I'm not really sure. We haven't written what Nightmare cards we're getting yet, because I assume they're in the box, so I'll have a look in a second. Not sure what we're getting. All I know is we're getting Nightmare Unicorn. That's the one I've confirmed so far. So let's see what's in this actual box. Alright, chat. Are we ready? Holy shit, the first card's already a card that sees occasional play in Master Duel. So that's pretty cool. Alright, first card. Agave Dragon. Agave Dragon. I have no idea how to pronounce this card. 2+ monsters except tokens. If this card is link summoned, you can apply this effect in sequence depending on depending on the types of monsters in the graveyard. Skip over any that do not apply. You use this effect once per turn. Inflict 100 damage to your opponent for each dragon. This card gains 200 attack for each dinosaur. All monsters your opponent currently controls is 300 attack for each sea serpent. You gain 400 life points for each worm. So this card is absolutely garbage in Duel Links. There is no shot any deck in Duel Links will ever play this. Unless you're just so desperate for a Link 4. There's no way you'd ever play this. In Duel Links, not a shot. I think this is played occasionally in like stupid FTKs in Master Duel. Like I think I had one for a Dino FTK that used this for some reason. I don't even know what it was. He was like burning them for the 100 damage or something. I don't even remember why. Either way, you're not playing this. Garbonzo. Alright, Protocol Gardener, 2 side-best monsters. Your opponent's monsters cannot target monsters this card points to for attacks. Ugh. First time this card will be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. That's very bad. Yeah, we're not using this either. Look at those arrows, by the way. Sideways arrows. Ugh. That is disgusting. Yikers. Let's throw this one out. How was this? Some Ranger rewards coming? Yeah, alright. Moving on. Binary Blader. 2 normal monsters. Again, interesting arrows. This card gains effects based on the number of monsters co-linked to this card. When this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, you can activate this effect. This turn, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase, but opponent's monsters can't be destroyed by battle with this card. Okay. Arm damage calculation. If this card battles opponent's monster, you can banish that monster. Oh. I mean, its effects aren't awful, but I don't think we have any space for this card in anywhere. It's not awful. It's better than the other two we just read, but yeah, I'm not sure where we're going to play this and co-link it with stuff. Extra deck space is pretty tight in Duel Links. It's pretty damn tight. Yeah, and the arrows are pretty awful for trying to co-link it. It is a card that exists. That's all I got going for it. Oh shit, what did I just do? Ah. Where is my... What? Where's my... Hello? Where'd it go? There it is, okay. I don't know how I did that, but there you go. It's made its way back. Interesting. Alright, moving on. Magical Musket. Fiendish Deal. Alright. Magical Musket monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card in your possession is sent to your graveyard by an opponent's card effect, you can add 1 Magical Musket card from your deck to your hand, or except Magical Musket finish. Okay. We don't care about this. Isn't Magical Musket all about spell cards from hand? I'm not super knowledgeable about the Archetype. I only played against it like once, so I think it's all from hand spell cards, right? So I don't think we really care about this. Where's your hat? That is a good question. It was kind of smelling, so I thought I should probably wash it. It's kind of a summertime in Australia right now, so things get a little bit sweaty. And that hat is not smelling too good. Yeah, this card seems absolutely not what I want. Oh, it's spelled Lord Traps from hand. Either way, I don't think we're particularly using this one. Actually, you can use it in response to things, right? I actually have no idea how muskets work, really. Could you activate this in response to like a destruction effect? Is that a thing? with a musket. Use the mental hat, the special one. You can. Okay, maybe. Maybe. Especially if everyone's running around with Dark Hole. It's very situational. I assume there's better cut. The reason, like, I'm always sus about it is because in the normal section, so it's probably just kind of like, I know. I think I prefer to have disruption than trying to stop my cards being blown up by things, you know? But you never know. We'll see. Not super keen on that one, though. Magical Musket, Dancing Needle. If you control Magical Musket, sorry, target 3 cards in the graveyards, banish them. Okay. DD Crow for the Archetype. There is a chance this will be played, but this is entirely meta dependent. If we're in a meta like where everyone was playing DD Crow like we were like not too long ago, then you'll play this card because it's going to be really good. But it just depends on what meta we're currently in. If we're in a meta we don't care about this, you won't run it. That's basically it. Exceptionally meta dependent, that's all. But yeah, I think I've actually seen what is DD Crow's play rate right now? Oh yeah, it's not looking too played right now. Not too long ago it was very popular, but at the moment it's sort of fallen off a bit. So I think since Sad sort of stopped being giga popular. So yeah, don't have to worry about that too much at the moment. But it might become usable, we'll see. I'll just play DD Crow so I can use it going second. True. Also true. But DD Crow isn't searchable, right? And this will be searchable, I imagine. I haven't played Musket, but I assume they're able to search for their magical Musket cards. Alright. Cosmo. Monsters destroy a battle with Cosmo monsters you control are shuffled into the deck instead of going to the graveyard. You banish the card from the graveyard the first time you would take battle damage from a battle involving a Cosmo monster. You control this turn, gain that much life points instead. Why? So, like, why? So, is there a particular reason we want to put their cards back in their deck rather than their graveyard? Is there any, like, particular purpose for Cosmos? I haven't played Cosmos. I think I made a meme video out of one once. Like, is there a reason we want to do that? He's like, this is a negative one-off. Can I take this out of my deck? And, yeah, it's, so Winder doesn't float. Ah, yes! The perfect counter. Just what I needed. My Winder counter. You're right. Should we check Winder's play rate real quick? Hang on. Wait a minute. Alright, move it on. Makes that Cosmo Dolces. Nice. That's perfect. Right, World Legacy's Nightmare, a field spell. You take no bound damage from attacks involving your co-linked monsters. Once per turn, you activate one of these effects. Move one Nightmare monster you control to another one of your main monster zones. That's for the co-linking stuff. Switch locations of 2 Nightmare monsters in your main monster zones. What? Why? Why are we switching locations? Either way, this card is... I know. I'm good on this one. I think we would just co-link them properly so we don't have to move them. How about that? That might be a better strategy. Don't we literally have a skill that moves cards anyway? Like, why don't we need this? Hello? Yeah, I don't like co-links. I think everyone who's ever seen a Yu-Gi-Oh game in their life knows at least some extent what the Nightmare cards do, just because they're, I had to have my alert box on. I should probably turn that on. Sorry if anyone's subbed and stuff. My bad. I just don't even know if Nightmare even has its own like main deck monsters. I've never paid attention. I just know we just spam their extra deck cards, so. What game do you play most in your free time? Probably League of Legends. Alright. Bit of an odd question during a box review, but there you go. World Legacy's Corruption. Once per turn, a face-up link monster you control is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect. You special summon a World Legacy monster from your hand or deck in defense position. I mean, it could be worse. It's not awful. I feel like you wouldn't use this card because people are going to be removing the cards before you're doing the link summoning is the issue. Why you wouldn't really want to use it. It's not the worst card, but yeah. People are going to be removing your the links before they even come out. Remove the monsters before you activate the links, which is the issue. And just better cards. Magical Musket Steady Hands. Quick play spell. Target one magical musket monster you control. Its attack and defense become double its original attack and defense at the end of this turn. It cannot attack directly. Double attack. So muskets, I think this is sort of treated like battle trap sort of thing. Because you'd use it in hand when your opponent swings at one of your muskets and like double its attack, I guess. But I feel like there's got to be a musket removal spell, I imagine. Again, haven't played muskets, but I'm pretty sure they have a removal spell you could just use from hand instead of this. It's like concentrating current, except you're not hitting them in the face most of the time. But you might use it as a one-off. It's like makes it really easy to finish games in Musket. Like, I'm not sure how big Musket monsters get or how the playstyle will be. So if it turns out being that, like, you need some way to sort of finish games, or it's, like, really easy just to search for this going second and just bop your opponent, then maybe. But I think it'd be only used as a searchable one-off at most, if that. If that. Like Crane? Sort of. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be using the other cards over this. Their actual removal. Rather than playing like a battle trap sort of thing. Link Hole. Is this like the shitty version of Dark Hole? Is that what this is? If you control a Link 4 or higher monster, destroy monsters your opponent controls up to the number of Link 3 or higher monsters you control. Damn. So if you've managed to get out multiple Link 3 or higher monsters on the field, you can use the Link Hole. I think this is like the epitome of a win more, right? If I was going to describe a win more card to you, it'd be fucking this one. Yeah, if you've managed to set up an entire board of ridiculous monsters, then you can use this card. Like, yes, perfect. Just what I needed. A way to wipe my opponent's board after I've already wiped it. Yes, that's just what I want, yes. Oh shit. Did I just press the back button? Oh no, change tab. Oops. Let me just close these tabs. Oh shit, PC gets real slow in streaming. Alright, moving on. Oh, now we've got the real card. Here we go. Burglar? Okay. A sly rat. He will come at you with his huge left claw. God damn. A sly rat. Damn. He comes straight at me. Sly rat. I guess they turned most salad players into a Yu-Gi-Oh card, huh? Bunch of sly rats, a lot of them. Oh yeah, you're not wrong, dude. Giving him 850 attack instead of 800, that is some big brain Konami. All those monsters he can beat over with that extra 50 attack. Ridiculous. Mate, I got nothing on this. It's a beast too. Damn right he's a beast. Absolute monstrosity. Oh yeah. Clayman in attack position? Oh, we finally have the counter. We can block defense, the Clayman, then burglar his ass. Perfect. Glad we've established the combo. Is it just like a shitty version of the Ninja Turtles? What's his name? The stupid... their master, their rat master, just really down bad or something. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Let's move on. How about quit milking normals? Hey, there's only one of them this time. We gotta milk them at some point. There's just literally one of them. Yeah, it's Splinter over here, right? Just really budget version, I guess. Dollar store Splinter. Alright, text changer. Okay, it's a frog. Once per turn, when your monster is targeted for an attack, you negate the attack. That attack, then turn someone side no monsters from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Right, that's amazing. Alright, moving on. Putrid Pudding Body Buddies. I mean, I love the name. Absolutely adore the name. Someone just say Slyrat over Beaver Warrior? You're asking for a timeout, buddy. You better settle down, alright? Be talking shit about Beaver Warrior. Cannot be used as fusion, synchro, or seize material for a summon. When this card is face up on the field, it cannot be distributed. Okay. During your end phase, you can target one card in your pendulum zone, destroy it. If you do, give control of this card to your opponent. During standby phases, take 300 damage. That's cool. The card is censored. I don't really know what they'd have to censor in it, but alright. Stale pudding. I'm not even going to Google how it's censored. I don't think I care enough. It's clearly not censored for any titties, alright? That's all we need to know. That's the big issue here. Alright, moving on. We're not using this. Alright, moving on. Cosmo Scaredy Lion. During either player's turn, you can banish this card, special summon level 3 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. You can use each of the effects once per turn. Once per turn, you pay 500 life points and target 3 of your banished Cosmo monsters, return to the graveyard. Right, so I have literally zero clue what Cosmo does. So, don't really know if we need Slate that special summons big ones from hand. Maybe we do. Maybe this is the main starter for the deck. I have literally no clue. Hopefully there's better ways than just having a normal summon, tribute summon from hand. I really hope it's better than that. Chewbacca? Chewbacca needs a haircut. Probably like me, actually. Wait, you don't use the best cut, is it? Literally no idea. I'm hoping we got better plays than just normal summon, special summon, slang from hand, because that sounds pretty average. But maybe that's the best way to summon them. Literally no idea. We'll see, we'll see. I'll wait to see what the other stuff does before talking more about this Cosmo stuff. Alright, Cross Debug. If you control 2 or more Link monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. During damage calculation, if your Link monster battles an opponent's Link monster, oh god, I'm already not liking this. Quick effect, you banish this card from your graveyard, the type 1 Link monster in your graveyard. Your battling monster can't be destroyed over that battle. Also, until the end of this battle phase, again. Yeah, we're not going to play cards that are specifically used to counter other Link cards, like only playing against Link decks. I think we're good on that one. Plus, it's like Battle Trap sort of levels of. It's only summonable if you have 2 or more Link monsters as well. Like, we're going to put this one in the gross category, I reckon. No, thank you. They're still releasing these cards? There's more Mecha Fountain Beasts to come? What the hell? This card's level is increased by the total level of Mecha Phantom Beast tokens you control. By control a token, this card cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Each turn, the first maybe token is just battle. It's like, okay. Yeah, I understand why this one's being released now. Sure. Did they just forget to release this one in some of the earlier boxes? Like, hey, there's still one left. Just chuck it in there. Just toss it in there. You know, just toss it in there. Oh yeah, there's still Aurora done, isn't there? Still surprised they're bothering to release more of these cards. Maybe when we release this with the Aurodon stuff, how about that? Or about we just don't release Aurodon either, because that card is real cringe. Alright. Yeah. Sorry, chat. Probably should have muted my mic when I sneezed. That would have been a good idea, wouldn't it? Probably. Alright, moving on. Magical Musketeer Dock. During either player's turn, you activate Magical Musket spawn trap cards from your hand. So I think all the Magical Muskets have that. If a spell or trap card is activated in this card's column, you can add one magical musket card from your graveyard to your hand, but not a card with the same name as that activated card. Okay, not bad. Bless you, thank you. This is like the sort of card that you wouldn't want to run too much of though, but it's not too bad later on as a recycler. Because I know there's lots of cards, a lot of decks like, and it's like a weird comparison, but Tellarknight used to only run one of, they used to run like their main stuff, then a lot of people would run that one of that recycled stuff back into the deck. It's similar kind of shit where if you've used up a lot of your resources, you can just get this thing and just add cards back to hand. So you might want to use multiple of this, might want to only run one of it. It's definitely not going to be a 3 of, I'd be pretty surprised if it is, but it wouldn't even be too bad as a 3 of, honestly. Because even just like recycling back multiple cards, it's not like, because you're always going to put stuff in your graveyard, right, for this thing to recycle. It's pretty good, actually. Pretty damn good. Not sure how many would run of this though. I need to see what the other magical muskets do to see like what ratios you'd want. But I assume like if you're playing like TCG magical musket, I'd be very surprised if this wasn't in the deck list. I assume it'd fit in there somewhere. It doesn't seem that bad. We'll see though. See how the rest of the muskets fare up. Alright. Cosmo Saw Troopers. Alright. During either player's turn, you can banish this card, spell or summon level 4 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. Do they all just have this? Or something? Is that just like their thing? Okay. You don't use phase of Cosmo's turn. Once per turn, you pay 1,000 life points to target one psychic type Cosmo monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay. Are they all psychic? Not all of them. Alright, this is going to be such a hard archetype to rate when I don't know what the fuck any of these things are doing. Alright, so, but I guess I had to review the same as the other one. I don't really know if we're using this or not, because I don't really know what the whole point is of summoning big stuff from hand, or if there's ways to summon stuff from deck or something, so you wouldn't use these, or maybe you do use these because you have to summon them from hand. I have no fucking clue. Literally zero idea. The pilots? Oh, so it's a bunch of like big ships and then pilots. Is that like the whole... Pilots are like, okay, so there's some pilots and there's some big ships. Okay. So this dude brings back the pilots. Does it negate the effect of the pilot? I mean, that doesn't sound too bad. Then bringing back a pilot and summoning something from hand. We'll see. Very hard to rate this stuff to actually see what the bigger Cosmo stuff does, but I'm sure we'll get to it. Magical Musketeer Wild. During either player's turn, you activate blah blah blah. If a spell or trap card is activated in this card's column, you can target 3 magical musket cards in your graveyard, shuffle all 3 into the deck, then draw 1 card. Okay, that's also not too bad. If we... I do actually quite like this, but... Would I prefer using multiple of this or this dude? I think I'd prefer Doc. Yeah, I think I'd prefer Doc, right? I think I'd 100% prefer Doc. One of each? I'm not sure we're going that far. We'll see. The Duel Links is a bit of a... Yeah, I'm not sure. I assume this is the sort of deck you're gonna want to stack a lot of spell cards. You won't have too much monster heavy to have interaction. Wildest doo-doo. I wouldn't say it's doo-doo, but I think like if I was gonna choose, I'd just have Doc. Because this one's like you're trying to get a card draw, which you have to have 3 for. Whereas this one, you're basically getting the same sort of thing where you're still getting value, but you don't have to have 3 engraved, right? But if you use this card, obviously, you can get stuff back into the deck if you're running low on cards because you've already used all your disruption sort of thing. Like you've already gotten rid of... I know I was talking about Tellarknight before, but it's like this is actually more likely that card, more like that card. Holy shit, that was loud in my ears. But yeah, it's kind of like you're just adding back stuff you've already run out of it. I guess it also depends on how grindy muskets are. Like if you're winning in like 1 to 2 turns with musket, you don't need to just grind the shit, then yeah. We'll see. There'll probably be 8 monsters, 12 spell and trap. Yeah, I think a bit of ratios would be something like that. Unless the spell and trap cards are like Giga Searches and you can get away with just playing like 6 monsters and just have like a billion disruption and 1 monster on field. Because I imagine that's sort of like what Magical Musket really does. Just has one monster on the field and a billion cards in hand. And hope your monster doesn't get negated by something. We'll see, we'll see. You might run this as a one-off. I doubt you run more than that, though. I think Doc is definitely the superior card, I reckon. Magical Musketeer Calamity. During either player's turn, you activate from hand, blah, blah. If a spell trap card is activated in this column, you target Magical Musket monster in your graveyard, special summon it defense position. Okay. You can just go into link plays if you wanted to, if Muskets have any links to go into. You could use it to go into Xyz, if there's any level 4s, which there are. Probably not the greatest one, though. I don't think we're going to be putting them in the graveyard, so it's something you'd use later on. Damn, so many like one-off cards. Like, I don't think I want to use much of this. If it was some from hand or deck, sure. From graveyard, so, like, rough. It's like a follow-up card. Stupid is like, yeah, it's like a follow-up card. It's kind of like, eh. So we'll see how this. I don't think we're, yeah, this is bad. I think I definitely prefer the other guys so far. It's like super follow-up. It's like, ugh. Hey, Sona. This is bad. Yeah, it seems pretty average. We'll see. Alright. Hand-holding Genie. I love the card art on this card. It's kind of adorable. Monsters your opponent controls cannot target monsters for attacks except this one. This card gains a defense equal to the combined original defense of all face-up defense. Okay, cool. That is an amazing card. Wowee. Moving on. Cosmo Landwalker. If a Cosmo card you control be destroyed battle or an opponent's effect, you can destroy one other Cosmo you control instead. Right. Not a great effect. If this card destroyed battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon one level 5 or lower Cosmo monster from your deck. Okay, so it sort of combos with itself, or can it not target itself? So I assume it can target itself, so it's like the play. You destroy itself, then summon a level 5 or lower from deck. Both effects are pretty average, to be fair, though, so... Banish itself, okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't like either of its effects, really, to be honest. Seems pretty okay. Sure. Unless the level 5 it's summoning is or like level 5 or lower it summons is fucking ridiculous, I don't think I care too much. It had to be some absolutely bonkers card that it summons to want to use this. Like, if it pops this, then it brings back the monster that it... Like, the monster you bring out then brings the Landwalker back or something. I don't know. I'm hoping there's better shit. Plus, it's only 2400, so... There's a really good pilot later. Alright. Cosmo Dogfighter. Once per turn during the standby phase, you can special summon one Dogfighter token. If this card's destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon level 5 or lower Cosmo from your deck. Oh. You can just straight up make a rank 6 out of this if you want to. Oh no, it's making tokens, sorry. Never mind. Let's make it a token. Still a decent statted token. That's just lethal damage in Duel Links.
Handholder was in card games on motorcycles.
Handholder was in card games on motorcycles? Okay. I was showing the anime, I guess. Yeah. I remember that as soon as I said it. As soon as I said the sentence, like, hang on, wait a minute. You can't do that. But yeah, can you make a link with it, I guess. But it's not bad. A 2000 attack token, a 2000 attack monster, that's literally lethal damage in Duel Links if you can remove the field. Plus, this one has like a flared effect as well. I think it's just probably better than this one. Well, they're basically the same.
Card games on motorcycles!
Thank you. Thank you for the sub. Alright, this one seems alright. Still not super... I'm still not super keen on the Archetype yet, okay? I'm waiting for some good shit to show, okay? Some good shit, then we're happy, alright? We're not set yet. Alright. Detonate Deleter. 2+ Cyberse monsters. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, when this card battles a face-up monster that is not a link 3 or higher monster, you can destroy that monster. What? That's weirdly specific. Once per turn you choose one monster this card points to, the entire one monster your opponent controls, destroy it. That is not a League 3 or higher League monster. That's honestly not that bad. It's a League 3, so it's pretty hard to get out. I don't think we particularly have the sort of space in Duel Leagues for this, extra deck wise, but it's honestly not that bad. I can't talk too much shit about it. I think we'd prefer to summon a Nightmare Unicorn, which we know is in this box, so unfortunately, Nightmare Unicorn's in this box, so like, do I run this card, or do I run Nightmare Unicorn? But, like I said, not the worst. Could be worse. Free to play unicorn. Yeah, the poor man's unicorn over here. Sedge. It's not the worst. I'd say it's a playable card if you've got absolutely screwed and you own absolutely nothing. You know, you can just run this instead. Since in the damage set, but you lose the battle damage. I don't think anyone cares about the battle damage too much. It's more the fact you're actually removing shit. But there's the upside of your opponent has to have like a way to deal with this. They can't just like swing into it, for example. Nightmare Unicorn at home. Exactly. Alright, moving on. World Legacy Sorrow. When your opponent activates a spell/trap card or monster effect where you control a co-linked monster, negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. Huh. Wait, so a co-linked monster. Are we searching for this? You search for like Mech Knight. But if you're playing Mech Knight, you're just gonna search for the other trap, right? So probably not doing that. Sorry, I just want to check something. Alright, cool. I wouldn't say it's awful, but I feel like, no. You're just playing Secrets, right? So if you're just playing Standard World Chalice, I mean, it's just better back row, right? Rather than having to rely on like a... I don't know. Like, would you run this, or would you just chuck a Book of Moon in and call it a day? I think I'm just chucking a Book of Moon in and calling it a day. But if it's Search Ball in World Legacy, maybe. World Legacy already sets on a pretty stacked board anyway. Just draw it. This stuff's not good until we get more World Legacy stuff. It's not a bad card, but it's like... there's just so much more stuff. The board, they can already have a really stacked board in Duel Links without the stuff that they're adding, right? So, was that just... I don't know, who cares? Moving on. I don't care too much. Hello? What? Okay. Let me look at the card, please. Thank you. Magical Musket Desperado. Okay. Desperado Barrel Dragon. Okay. If you control Magical Musket monster, type 1 face-up card on the field, destroy it. Okay. Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Good card. Very good. We have target destroy with the cards that make you use it from hand. Very good. Very pog. It's a dude in his underwear shooting a bazooka. Just how I like it. Musket Desperado support. Now we're talking. Now we're getting to some good cards. Some good shit. Hell yeah. This is only a rare too. Hopefully there's some banger fucking support in the ultra rares on SRs for this deck. I like it. I like it. That's the girl with the bazooka. I mean, we figured it was somebody in their underwear with a bazooka. Not sure who exactly. Oh, this... I see, it's Calamity. I see. It's Calamity shooting a bazooka. I mean, she is holding a bazooka in the card art, so that makes sense thematically. Alright, moving on. KOZMO. Target one KOZMO monster you control, destroy. And if you do, banish one card your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Okay. Can Cosmo search for this as part of their combo? Is that a thing? Because Tribute 1 pop stuff in Duel Links isn't bad. There's a reason we've actually played a lot of them in the past and still do actually. They can search it. So if it's searchable and it's like part of their like standard like play, they'd end on this card. That's not too bad. I wouldn't want to run it as like a 3-of as their like main thing though, right? I think I'd prefer it. If it's a searchable thing, you might want it. Floats your stuff as well. Maybe do run multiple of it then. Pop ship into smaller ship and banish. Okay, I see. Well, this deck certainly needs some better monsters first though before we start talking some good shit about it. Because I'm not seeing too much good stuff, but the trap card ain't too bad. Especially if it's searchable. Very good. The control variant of Cosmo's played 3 in TCG. Alright, maybe we do run 3 of it then. We'll see. One-time passcode. Spirit Summon on security token, Cyber's Light level 4, 2017 defense position. Right. Huh. And that's not bad because a lot of decks like to use what do you call it? The thing that summons a normal monster from deck. This thing just kind of just gives you a normal monster to use for a summon something. Link material. Yeah, unexpected die. There's a lot of decks just use unexpected die for stuff. But I think most of the unexpected die decks are Xyz decks is the issue. But I know a few are trying to play it in Mech Knight and stuff. Whereas this thing still just does the same sort of thing, gives you a token to use for use linking. I don't think this will get too much play yet, but I can see a world where there are a deck list will appear where you'd want something like this just for a token. Avaran can be unexpected. Yeah, that's why they were using it. But let's say you're playing the variant of Mech Knight, for example. It doesn't play Avaran. They play the that other little Link dude. I don't think you're going to use it. I'm just like showing an example of like decks that do. If decks are currently using unexpected die, there's a chance they'll use this card, right? Because it basically does the same sort of thing. But I think most unexpected die decks are Xyz decks, so I don't think we're using it. Which is like, I don't think it's that awful. I think there's a world where there'll be a deck list that'll appear that wants to have a token. That's kind of what I'm getting at. It's like an unexpected die doesn't have to run the normals, right? So in a deck that wants unexpected die but doesn't want normal monsters, you might run this. Yeah, but I'm not sure if there's actually a deck in Duel Links that wants this kind of stuff, but either way, moving on. Very specific sort of a card. Cosmo Strawman. Damn, this dude kinda skinny. During the eye player's turn, you banish this card spirit summon level 3 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. You can use these components per turn. Once per turn, you can pay 500 life points and target one of your banished Cosmo monsters, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Right, okay. Damn, all this Cosmo stuff is really hard for me to rate so far. I have no fucking clue if this is good stuff or bad stuff. It's really hard. Are these cards actively banishing themselves? They are actively banishing themselves when they float. It brings them back their effects in a gate, basically use them for link material and stuff. Very good. Good for ships. Wait to read the ship on the left. Alright, alright. Yeah, of all the cards in here so far, the Cosmos are really hard for me to kind of rate. I don't really know what's going on with this archetype. It's kind of hard for me to visualize. Like, the Muskets are super easy to sort of think about. It's just like, oh yeah, just use shit in hand, smile. Not too much, just that's kind of smack head on keyboard sort of shit. But the Cosmos, I'm not really sure what's going on with them yet. Alright, moving on. Magical Musketeer Caspar. Alright, during either player's turn, you take from hand, same as other ones. If a spell trap card is activated in this card's column, except during the damage step, you can add. You can add one magical musket card from your deck. I'm nutting. Okay. Okay, alright, we're using this card, right? Okay, just chuck it in the deck. Just toss it in the deck already. Say no more. Put it in there. Get that shit in there. Get that fucking shit in my deck list right now. Put 16 in my deck. I don't want to run any other cards, actually. Just give me this Caspar, dude. Alright, maybe a couple of spell and trap cards. A couple. Yeah, I'm surprised he's the rare. That's an impressive rarity card, honestly. Not bad. Like, honestly, this card alone means even without a lot of the other potential, I don't know what the other SR and Ultra SR, but if they're like, even without some of them, this deck seems pretty cheap-ish. You know, you could probably build a cheap variant of this just off the junk we've got at the moment. Just chuck a bunch of this in, chuck this dude in, call it a day. Good enough. Alright, we'll see. Can't wait to get to the Ultra Rares and be like, oh shit, we need 3 of that. God fucking damn it. The pain. Alright, moving on. Magical Musketeer Starfire. During either player's turn, you take magic damage, If a spell trap card is activated in this card's column, you can spell summon magic muscle from your deck. That's an Xyz summon. Ooh, baby, that's an Xyz summon. Alright, so question chat before we go any further. Do magical muskets have any locks on themselves, or can we just summon any generic rank 4 after using them, if we want to? Because obviously you might want to leave them up to use your cards in hand. But let's say you're going for like some sort of beatdown thing you need to do, and you need to summon a thing to banish something. Is there any locks, or are we good to just summon rank 4s? No locks? Ooh, that's juicy, man. Alright, I mean, there's level 3 and this is level 4, but I assume there's another, yeah, there's level 4s, so sure. Not worth Xyz usually. The Xyz are generally for situations where you want to, where you can lethal someone, right? For example, you have this dude on field, you have a pop in hand, they have 2 monsters. You can pop one, you can summon out, Banishy, Spider, banish the last card, then hit them for 2400 if that's all the amount of life points they have left. It's just sort of like, yeah, finishing sort of stuff. It's pretty relevant. It's just not like, yeah, obviously you want to have the magical musket cards on field so you can use the cards in hand, but if you need to finish a game, a lot of the time you'll just go into an Xyz summon, pop something, remove something, hit them in the face, sort of shit, you know? So it's pretty relevant. It's just, I was just wondering if they had locks, which they don't. Yeah, links as well, same sort of stuff. Either way, I actually quite like this card. Does it negate the effects? I didn't check. It doesn't negate the effects. Oh, you can summon Caspar, then use Caspar's effect. Oh my god, more Caspar. More access to Caspar. That's what I like to see. Yeah, I reckon we're using this card. I think it sounds pretty damn good. Use this card, bring out a Caspar, get a search. Pretty banger. Also use this card to bring out your Doc to bring cards back from grave. You can bring out this dude to shuffle cards back into deck if you like, but I think I like Doc a bit more. So these 3 all seem really good, and I reckon I'll run all 3 of them in my deck. Which I might run just 1 for a level 4, actually. So I might run wild as well. We'll see. Alright. It's the second most GOTY deck of all time. What? Cosmo Goodwitch. During either player's turn, you banish this card. Spirit summon 1 level 5 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. Okay. Once per turn, you pay 500 life points to type 1 face up monster your opponent controls. Change it to face down defense position. Ooh, now we're talking pilots. That sounds better. Flip shit face down, then summon your dude. So you can use this to force stuff out. Force out responses, which is pretty good. Do like that effect. Again, no fucking clue how good these Cosmo shit is yet. We're waiting to see the big ships, so yeah, it's not a quick effect. Oh, no, it is a quick effect. No, it's not. I'm not saying. It's not a quick effect. Never mind. I read the first part of it for a second. Yeah, it's not a quick effect, but it's good. If compared to the other parts, it's good just sort of just forcing shit out. So your opponent has like an annoying card you want them to use the effect of. You can use this thing. Flip them. Plus then, if they try to change something to remove this, you can then use this effect to swap it out, right? So you can activate Good Witch, target their card, they change, try to destroy your card. You can, during either player's turn, banish this. Yeah. So it's good at forcing shit out than dodging shit. Do you like? Now let's see what some of these big Cosmo ships do, alright? There's gotta be something good in here. Cosmo Slip Rider. If this card is normal special summon, you can target one spell a trap card on the field, destroy it. Right, spelling trap cards. Okay. If this card destroys a battle or card effects into the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon level 4 or a Cosmo monster from your deck.
Card games on motorcycles!
Backer removal. I mean, we do like backer removal. And we don't like it as much as being able to destroy monsters,
Card games on motorcycles!
Thank you for the subs, guys. Appreciate it. It's good. I mean, it does sound good. We're just popping back row. Okay, and it floats itself. I mean, okay, cool. Still waiting for the big Poggers ships that are going to be say, holy shit, this deck is insane. Hopefully there's a couple more coming up. Cosmo Delta Shuffle. Once per turn, you can send one Cosmo monster from your deck to the graveyard and target one face-up monster on the field. It loses attack and defense equal to the sent monster's level times 100. Okay. That's not too exciting. Can sort of do stuff, I guess. Not super hyped on that one. Cosmo Forerunner. Cannot be targeted by opponent's card effects. Great start. Alright, we're off to a good start. During your standby phase, gain 1,000 life points. Sure. If this card destroys a battle or card effect, you banish the... okay, a floating card that cannot be destroyed, cannot be targeted. 2,800 attack. Okay, I don't mind Forerunner. This one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. Its attack stat's pretty low for its boss monster, though. Some decks it can't beat over. Seems I don't see any monster removal. I guess we got Cosmo Mojo. Okay, don't mind. This deck is so going to be like a sort of, I need to fucking see it in action to know if this deck's going to be good in Duel Links or not. It's so like, it's just so like, it just feels so weird. It's all about floating. Floating is pretty powerful in Duel Links, but when was the last time like an actual like proper floating deck was like relevant? I mean floating, I don't mean like sort of like our Sally would add stuff back to hand. I mean like actually floating stuff. Have we even had one? There's also been Destroy a Battle specifically, right? Battle on card effects, right? So there's a lot of decks that shuffle and a lot of decks that banish, which also make this pretty... Ritual Beast? That was probably the... Yeah, Ritual Beast is probably the last one, right? That was ages ago that deck was relevant. Burning Abyss? Yeah. Does float a bit. Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking Yang Z in my head, but I was thinking that deck was actually just not great on release, so it kind of wasn't relevant. But Yang Z is the first thing that came to my mind. It's the most recent. I guess BA is actually more recent than that, right? I don't know. This deck seems so fucking hard to read. I don't think I like it too much, honestly. If it was like, just when it was sent or something, like removed from the field, not specifically destroy, I might be a bit more happy about it, but I don't know. There's so many cards that banish, so many cards that return to hand, so many cards that shuffle into deck. It's sort of, it's getting very sus. But also a lot of decks rely on destruction, and this might be okay into that. I'm not holding too much hope in these Cosmos so far. Maybe there's some bang ones coming up, you know? Also, I don't see any quick play like monster removal, which is also kind of sus. I don't know. We'll see. Magical Musketeer Mastermind Zakil. Okay. You can tribute this card by tuning one Magical Musketeer monster. Right. During either player's turn, you can activate Magical Mastermind hand, blah blah. Once per turn during your end phase, you can draw cards. You can draw cards equal to the number of Magical Muskets from the trap cards you activate this turn. Ooh. Huh. That's I like that. I like that effect. That could be fun. But do we need him? That's the question. Is it something we actually need? We seem to have a lot of like recurring effects anyway. Do we need the extra draw? Yeah, we don't play this one. I mean, we don't. This is from this is talking TCG though, right? Do we even have the links from TCG? Win more. It could be a win more sort of scenario. We do have a lot of already value generating stuff, but I do like generating value. It's hard to be just kind of throwaway generating stuff. But the thing is, it depends sort of what muskets you're attributing to. Like, I would never want to attribute Casper for this. So, I'm already getting searches. I don't need draw when I'm getting searches, bro. Come on. But if you use, like, Starfire into Casper into this guy, but then again, you're getting rid of a lot of... You have to think, like, cards in hand, too, right? Like, you don't want to open too many monsters in this deck, so you don't want to run too many monsters. You want to run a lot of spell and trap cards. So you probably don't need him. You probably don't. Oh, during your opponent's end phase? I didn't even realize that. Oh, that makes it so much worse. Wait, I thought it was just like whenever. You use the stuff on your turn, then draw a bunch on your turn. It's opponent's end phase? Oh, okay, we're not running this card then. Oh, never mind. I didn't even think of that. I just assumed it was just the end phase in general. Ugh. Yeah, it's kind of gross. Never mind. It's not the worst card though, but I think we're not running it. I think we're generating enough advantage anyway, and we don't need the attack start, so... Alright, on to the SR rarity cards. Alright. Alright, time for the actual good shit, or at least I hope is the good shit. First, we have Dark Eruption, a spell card. Target one dark monster with 1500 less attack in your graveyard. Add that target to your hand. Wait, we've already got this card. Moving on. When did we get this thing? I've never seen it. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Nightmare Phoenix. Oh, is this card a good, chat? Is this a good card? Do we think? What do you think, chat? Is this good? Do you like this card, chat? What do you reckon? Is this all right? I don't know. I'm not sure. Might need some, you guys think it's bad? Not garbage card? Kind of mid? Yeah, it's pretty shit, I reckon. I don't know if we need this card. No, yeah, why would you run this card when you could just have MST in your deck? I'm honestly shocked they put Unicorn as the Ultra and this card wasn't the Ultra at first. I thought they just add. I thought Unicorn would come much later, and we just get Phoenix as an Ultra. That was my prediction. I'm pretty shocked to see this. I just didn't even know this was in the box. I just knew Phoenix was in here, so it's kind of like, oh, sorry, Unicorn was in here. So like, okay, too slow. Yeah, it's pretty garbage. All right, for anyone that hasn't read this card yet, 2 monsters with different names, any 2. If this card's linked summon, you discard 1 card, then target 1 spell trap card your opponent controls, destroy it. And this card was co-linked, you can draw 1 card. So it's not the most, like, holy shit, this card is disgusting. Actually, I should probably read the rest of the effect too. You only use the effect of once a turn, co-linked monsters you control cannot be destroyed in battle. So it's obviously not the most insane card around, okay? We're not just, like, we shouldn't be talking too much, like, hyping this card up too much. But in, like, Master Duel, basically, in Master Duel, if there's a spot in your extra deck, in just about every single deck in the game, you're going to fit it with, obviously, Access Code Talker. Then we're going to stick in your Unicorn, and we're going to stick in Nightmare Phoenix. It's the card that just fills up any slot. So, it's just, do we have a spot available? Yes, put Phoenix in. That's basically what this card's going to be. I'm not sure this will get as much play as it does in Master Duel, simply because in Duel Links we have, what? 7? 8 slots? How many extra slots are we up to, guys? What are we at? So it just kind of depends on like how many slots have we got, mostly. How many decks this will be running. So 8 slots? Yeah, so it may see a lot of play, it may not. It's just going to be that generic card. Like, if you want to think of it like, this dude. The Ghost Trick card that gets a lot of play, wherever he is. Other card. This card gets play all the goddamn time. Not because it's a Ghost Trick, just because it's going to remove shit. And it just appears everywhere, right? It's literally the same thing, just for links. And it's even more generic because it is a link rather than Xyz, so it's the same thing. So there's going to be a good chance it will see play, just where it sees play on what spots, it's just going to be, depending on extra deck room, sort of thing. You don't think it'll see any play? I think it'll see some play, just sort of, it's like you just tag on the end of things, right? Do keep in mind though, it is discarding, so it's obviously, in Duel Links we have less cards in hand than Master Duel, stuff to think about, but yeah. Not bad, not bad. It'll be played somewhere, and yeah. Cool. Moving on. Trickstar, Bella, Madonna. 2+ Trickstar monsters. While this link summon card points to no monsters, it is unaffected by other cards' activated effects. Keep in mind, this thing has a forward arrow. So keep in mind, this thing has a forward arrow. You can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Trickstar monster in your graveyard with a different name. You need to effect once per turn. So this thing is a pretty big card. It's 2800 and it's unaffected by everything unless your opponent puts Link in front of it. Monster move skill. Wait, can we move this back? Wait, can we monster move this back a row? Wait a minute. We can push this out of the way. We can literally monster move it out of the way. Wait a minute. Hang on. We can just monster move it. Huh. Yeah, that's a combo, right? Huh. But it also includes your own effects. So I'm not really sure. I mean, 2800 isn't much, but there's a lot of decks that can't get over 2800, but any deck that can. I guess it's, I don't know. That's pretty sick, actually, though. I really like that. That certainly makes Trickstars a lot more playable. I kind of wish we just sort of got this on release of Trickstars, so maybe they were in a lot more playable of a deck. Based from which she's linked for, the monster, the results to make her are insane. It's doable though. But it's link 4 for a 2800, where a lot of decks can just beat over it. I don't know. I'm kind of glad Trickstar have Sight to go into now, since they couldn't really do a whole lot before, but I don't know, man. This one's kind of rough. It's kind of rough to evaluate when this actually like make the deck playable or not. Probably not. Link 4 required, and when you do get it out, if they have like a 3k beta, you just sort of lose. It's just kind of something they can do, right? It's not like impossible to make Link 4s in Trickstar. It's quite like it's like very possible, but it's just sort of like I don't know. Hard lose to Blue Eyes, yeah. Alright, we'll see. I'm not super convinced that this will make Trickstar a super playable deck, but it certainly gives them an option of something to actually go into now, rather than just kind of sitting there and being like... It's like, the Trickstar variant I uploaded, which actually had a really decent win rate, was the one that lets you draw cards. And I'm kind of liking that more than this, because that was only a Link 2, right? I don't know what its name is. The one that sort of like just draws a bunch of cards and you just outvalue people. Yeah, this dude. I kind of like the Trickstar Heart setup a bit more. But maybe you can like go into Trickstar Heart and sort of finish on this later, maybe. It's probably worth giving it a try anyway. Korobane. It doesn't work. This doesn't work with Korobane, right? Because this thing, it's literally doesn't affect it by. It's unaffected by other cards' activated effects. That includes your own. So you can't Korobane this. It's not your opponent's card. It's literally all card effects. We'll see. I'm hoping it'll be a little bit better. We'll see. Alright, this card on the other hand. I know, I'm waiting for this one. Goki currently, if you guys watched my videos on Goki, you'll know I was summoning fucking Firewall on turn 1. Because I was desperate for a turn 1 play. Boys, I think we got one. Goki the Master Ogre. Alright. Once per turn, quick effect. We can return to the hand any number of Goki monsters you control this card points to. Keep in mind, pretty easy to point to cards with this deck list. Literally in the Firewall variant, you had to point to something for it to have its effect. So you guaranteed will have things pointing to this card, alright? And you would have them on turn 1, okay? I was Firewall passing turn 1, co-linked Firewall passing on turn 1 already. So it will be used and it will be able to get linked for and co-linked on turn 1. So keep that in mind. People are thinking, oh, it's got too many resources to use. It's not. You actually can use this card quite easily. Alright. Yeah, what was I up to? Quick event, blah, blah, blah. They have their effects in the game until the end of this turn. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. If your opponent controls a face-up monster, this card can only target their monster with the highest attack for So just technically attack the highest monsters. So it's a chatted card that can only beat over the big boys. So yeah, just quick effects, return any number of Goki cards to your hand, target the same number of opponent's monsters, or face-up cards, sorry, return them to hand. Banger! Wait, does it negate your cards or the opponent's as well? You do an AC to your opponent's cards, right? That's actually pretty sick. You can return your opponent's stuff, and if they're stuff that can summon back again, they have their effects negated. Right? That's pretty dope. Do love this card, I'll definitely I'm pretty certain that my day 1 deck will be Goki, simply because I already know how to play it, so I'll probably just take my Goki deck that I already play, and just chuck this guy in it and call it a day. I'm pretty sure, I haven't tested it out yet, but I'm pretty sure the same combo I was doing for the Firewall Dragon is probably just the same one you do for the Goki combo. I'm pretty sure it'll just be the same one, right? Because you're just co-linking a link 4. Might even be easier, because I didn't even worry about the co-link. Just now had to have 2 monsters. You're only getting 1 negate from this turn 1, right? I mean, you gotta understand, alright? We are currently doing a Firewall pass as the best Goki turn 1, okay? You gotta understand. 1 negate only, that's better than nothing. I'll take it. I will fucking take it. I'll take anything. Do I think this will make Goki any stronger than they are? Probably not. But that is not the point. Bounce versus negate. I mean, it bounces and it negates the card, right? So not bad, not bad.
Card games on motorcycles.
Alright, moving on. We need to stop looking at this card in awe, alright? I will be making a video on this, 100%. Expendable die. It has its own, like, series of cards. Unexpected die. Expendable die. Choose 1 warrior monster, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it. If you do, draw 1 card. Oh, this is, like, really good for Goki. Right? Isn't Goki a warrior? Goki are warriors, right? Huh. This is, like, really good in Goki. It's Ballista Squad, which Goki's already sometimes run. Are they still running Ballista? They're running Econ. I guess not, because they're just more going OTK stuff now. I wonder if this will let you go for a trap variant now if you wanted to. That's interesting. Oh, this is actually so... Oh. Historically, Goki was like a trap deck, so it generates so much fucking resources. And that was already using Ballista, right? Ooh. Now I'm trying to figure out in my head how I want to play Goki, because like I think the more competitive version will be a control variant. And I think I would love this card. I actually like. Is there any examples here? I wish I could search Ballista Squad and see if there's any, like actually find a Ballista Squad variant, but it seems most people are just bonking by looks of things. Yeah, everyone's just bonking. We're all bonking. I doubt there's any variants here. We will find it, but it's such a fucking good card. It might be like I actually reckon this card alone will be enough to at least get people to want to try the Goki control variants again. It's oh, Chrome's crashing my PC. Oh no. Oh no, Chrome, please stop. Should we start using Firefox? Oh, I don't know. I'm Goki seems super hyped now. I want to do the bonk variant, but I don't know if he'll. It's so good. Instead of that fish card, which everyone used to play occasionally in fish. I don't know. I'm excited for this shit. Either way, moving on. Good card. We'll probably bring back a control style of Goki just on its own, so wouldn't be surprised to see that around. All right. Magical, why not do both? It probably will have some style of both, but it's sort of like I don't know. I think the bonk variant's more fun for the video, but I really think this is probably the more competitive way to play Goki. This thing seems so good. All right, Magical Musket Cross Domination. If you control Magical Musket monster type 1, face a monster on the field, 10 this turn, change its attack and defense still. Okay, I literally expected this one to be the negate. So this one's the one that targets, reduces attack to 0, and negates it. I was pretty certain without even reading the card, just because it was an SR, this was going to be the negate. Yeah, like, I mean, what do I have to say about this? Like, you just run 17 of it, just chuck it in the deck list. Like, we've got the pop, we've got a negate. Honestly, Musketeer seems pretty decent. I saw a lot of people before the box was released just talking in chat saying Musketeer seems pretty bad, but I don't see them being that bad. It seems pretty good. They'll definitely be like at least rogue level. They're playable. Quick effect pop and quick effect negate on turn 1, and on turn 2 you just have a pop and a negate as well. It honestly does not seem that bad. Top tier, fucked if I know, but I feel like everyone's saying like garbage is. I mean, they're definitely playable. I can't see them just not being like just so bad they can't do anything. They seem pretty alright. I wouldn't complain too much. Like if Trickstar were able to do anything on release, surely these guys will. You know? Alright, moving on. We know we're playing this card in the deck list anyway. Alright. This card's going to be controversial to talk about. Dark Hole. Are we playing it? Or is it too late? Dark Hole. It's cope? You reckon? Too late, you reckon? What decks in Duel Links is this not a Dark Crawler for? Because let's think about this as just like a Dark Crawler no more sort of card, for example. Except without the downsides of Dark Crawler. What decks are actually like protected from this or have a negate for this, or... Because the reason this is so bad in TCG is because, well, no one really cares about it. They can negate it, they're immune to destruction, they whatever, but what decks in Duel Links even care? Just Salad, right? Goki do care, because you wipe their board, they don't Like, they just go back to hand, right? They don't summon back to the field, you just get OTK'd. Fire King and Salad, right? Mitchell Beast. Yeah, like, cause like, as you guys can see in chat, the only one you've actually named as like meta relevant or played is Salad. Inferno can negate it, true. If they open in the negate, normally they do the monster, don't they? I guess they trap. No, they normally have the monster negate, don't they? This card I'm really curious about. I think a lot of people are sort of drastically undervaluating what this could mean in Duel Links, what it could be used for. I wouldn't be like so far as like, oh yeah, every deck's gonna run this sort of thing, but there's a lot of OTK decks in the game. We're having just a dark hole. Because like, I forgot the name of it. Is it Torrential Tribute? That is not the right name, is it? No, it's not Torrential Tribute. What's the discard pop everything that used to be played all the fucking time? I made an entire video talking how battle shit it was. But everyone's trying to play it in Blue Eyes, and I called, yeah, Lightning Vortex. I made an entire video talking about how shit this card is. Purely because of its discard. Dark Hole doesn't have a discard. I mean, not many people are actually playing this card, but that's because that's a discard. Like, man. This card gets played quite a bit in just random decks. I'm so curious about this card. I'm like, I don't know how impactful it's gonna be. You know that the sad thing that I think about this card, from my point of view, is why the fuck is this one like the unlimited one, and fucking the stupid trap card they're giving us is the limit one? I think this card's way more hype. Don't you agree? Fucking why is Mirror Force the goddamn? How is this card more hype than Dark Hole? It's not even in here, is it? Yeah. Wherever it is. Like, why are we getting this at limit 1, not Dark Hole at limit 1? I'm not saying Dark Hole necessarily needs to be limit 1. I just think this card's more, like, playable. Like, no one's playing Mirror Force. No one's playing Battle Traps. But I think, like, some OTK decks might just stuff this in just to, like, board wipe. It's just, like, a shit version of Dark Ruler no more. Like, if people are already playing Lightning Vortex and Duel Links, why wouldn't they play Dark Hole? It's just better. Oh, Mirror Force isn't limited to 1? Bro, why? I don't understand why they just give us Dark Hole as the anniversary and make it limit 1. That'd be way cooler. I think it's more thematic. I don't know. I'm not saying this card needs to be limit 1. I think it's more thematic. I just don't like the Mirror Force. I think they should just give us Dark Hole at 1. Or just give us the Dark Hole as just 1 copy. I think it's way cooler than Mirror Force. Infernoid has Void Seer and Grace Fate to protect, and Salad has Balinks. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I'm super curious. I feel like my take's a bit more hopeful for this card than anything, but I just feel like there's got to be some decks that are going to want to use this. Like, imagine in tournament play, for example, in best of 3 tournament play, you're side decking this, right? I guess in Duel Links you don't choose first or second though in tournaments, do you? I don't think you choose first or second in Duel Links. It's always random. So I don't think we get to choose this. Yeah, I guess you can't really side deck this in tournaments then. God. Yeah, Dark Hole vs Secrets is pretty good. I have no idea what I have to think with this card. This card seems... I'm way more hopeful for this than most people. I think this card will see play somewhere. Or at least a lot of people... At least, I think on ladder play, I'll be surprised if you don't come across this card and get annoyed by it. Like, I come across enough copies of fucking Lightning Vortex to know that people will probably run this card for the lols. It just seems like, I don't know. I'm just... The downsides of this in Master Duel compared to the downsides of this in Duel Links are just so, like, it's so different. There's so little decks that care about, that run, like, anti-destruction on negate, right? I guess these two are the main ones, so at least in tournament play it might not be that great. Like, I'm pretty sure it just dumpsters a lot of Mech Knight stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I should probably move on to another card now, but... Anyway, moving on. Let's move on. I believe... Is this card used for locking? What are we locking with this thing? When this card is normal summoned, you can target one link monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your field, so it points to this card. Okay, but changes effect to 0, also negates effects, sure. You cannot special summon monsters except link monsters. I see. That's why we are locking with it. If this card is under control sent to the graveyard, you can special summon this card to your opponent's field in defense position. Ah. Why are we releasing this again? Huh. Why are we releasing this? I mean, the counter to this is everyone's gonna have to play fucking Nightmare Unicorn, right? Or Nightmare Phoenix, right? The rumors are that it'll be limited to 2 alongside Mermaid. I fucking hope so. Yeah, I know Mermaid's in the trade, I know. But okay, so we can use, if your opponent gives this to us and we just have Mermaid in the extra, we just get rid of this, right? So I guess we just all have to run Mermaid, right? Or Link Disciple, either one. This annoys me though. The fact that, like, if this becomes like a relevant thing, where I have to cut one of my 7 or one of my 8 extra deck slots for something to deal with Eyebly, that's going to annoy the fuck out of me. I don't want to have every deck have like one extra deck slot just removed. That will annoy the shit out of me. It has another effect other than the Floodgate. I mean, the Floodgate's what we're talking about though, because that's the relevant part. Yeah, it does have a normal summon, bring back a link monster thing, right? But, which you can use for link climbing and stuff, but my god. The lock is the thing that might annoy the shit out of me. We shall see, we shall see. I don't think this will be too bad to deal with in Duel Links, because I think we just have to have a Link 1 in our deck list if it ever becomes popular, and it's pretty easy to deal with then, especially considering fucking it turns out the way to deal with this is actually just a card trader card, so or you can run Link Disciple, whatever other Link 1 you like. I can always give KOTOR a free body to combo. It does bring back links and stuff. Oh. I don't know. I don't want to talk about this card. It's making me cringe. I'm not happy they released this, I'll be honest. Regardless if it's easy enough to deal with the lock, it's fucking cringe that you might have to have a certain extra deck card to deal with it. Or if you're playing one of those decks that doesn't let you summon a certain cards that turn, like certain types that turn, this card would have been really annoying with. I don't know. I'm annoyed at it. Moving on. The vibes are kill, boys. The vibes are kill in that garbage. Alright. During either player's turn, you can banish this card, special summon on level 6 or higher Cosmo monster from your hand. You only use this effect of Cosmo Duel once per turn. Once per turn during either player's turn, when another monster's effect is activated, you can pay 1,000 life points and negate the activation if you destroy that monster. Ooh. It's level 5 though. It's actually got a harder once per turn, so if you summon out multiple dolls, that's multiple negates. Mummy Vader. Like, if you float into this, that's another negate. You do a bunch of floaty stuff and end up on another one of these somehow. Okay, that makes Cosmos a little bit more exciting. They have a negate. Was there actually a search in here though? Like, how are we summoning? Can we even summon this on turn 1 consistently? There was no search in here, right? Outside destroying your own card? Like, how are we summoning on turn 1 without just letting our opponent play the game? I guess we just set a normal Cosmo. We pop our own Cosmo and summon it during our opponent's turn, I guess. Oh, the Ultra Rare does? There's no one coming? Oh, there's no one coming, okay. But even, like, without the Ultra Rare, we can just pop these dudes with, like, your Cosmojo and summon it that way, I guess. So you get to pop something and bring it out and negate something. That sounds pretty sick. Okay. Well, that sounds a lot more promising for these Cosmos. Damn, there's actually so okay, compare this box to the last one, guys. Actually compare it. Fuck me. This one's so much more exciting. This deck seems playable. Cosmo seems kind of playable. Fucking... There's multiple variants you can actually play of Goki. Some stupid Ibly lock you can use in a bunch of decks if you feel like it. Jesus. I think the thing that annoys me the most about the Ibly lock is the fact that you can kind of just like you can just sort of do it. Like, it's not like it really hinders your deck in what it's currently doing in a lot of cases. There's a lot of like decks you can just sort of play in if you want. I don't know. It's cringy. Either moving on. Right, where are we? World Legacy Succession. We've even got a nice re-release. This is actually a really nice card for people that don't have back row yet. It's not a bad back row card. World Legacy Succession. Target one monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your zone a link monster points to. Okay. Search for this, bring a monster back. Make another big boy link. Extender the search. Searching a great extender here. Big boy extender. Searchable monster reborn. Yep, not bad. I don't think you'll run heaps of this card, but you'll definitely run one for search, right? Searchable, bring back. Not much else to say about it, right? Just if you can use this, if you can search this card, whatever deck you're playing, you'll probably run it just to bring something back. Can't complain about a searchable monster reborn, so sure. I don't think it's gonna be that impactful though. How do you search it? You can search it off it's a world you can search it off the dude. Okay, I know the Mech Knight. I certainly know the Mech Knight card can search it, right? It's just search for World Legacy. Yeah, this one searches for World Legacy. So you can put this in Mech Knight if you wanted to. But there's probably other ways to search. I don't really I'm not super versed on the World Chalice, World Legacy stuff. The clean shave looks nice, thank you, appreciate it. Alright, either moving on, I don't want to talk too much about this card, it's pretty simple, just a monster reborn. Cosmo Tin Can. It's like a shitty R2D2, is the clone of it. During either player's turn manages card, special summon level 2 or higher Cosmo from your hand. You only use once per turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can pay 500 life points to reveal 3 Cosmo cards with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one to add to your hand. So this one just generates value on top of being a... You can add 3... You can literally summon this, have 3 boss monsters, then you have 1 to summon. Cool. So some pretty decent targets. Alright, sure. So I think that's not slow. I wouldn't call it... Oh, it's during the... No, I wouldn't call that slow. It's not that bad. It is a little slow though, but it's not that slow since you can use this during your opponent's turn. It's not like it's an end phase search that's like you can't summon, because you'll be summoning it during your opponent's turn anyway. Okay. Cool. Moving on. I think we don't need to talk too much about that one either. Draw and... Oh, fuck. Okay, this... I'm like... There's so many cards in here I don't know about. How do I rate this box, man? Dark Hole was like... I don't know if people are running this. I think it's actually good enough to see you playing a lot of shit, but Draw? Bro, this is literally a if the meta is needed, you can play Droll. And there will be like metas where this card is really good. No, I know Droll, but I don't know whether you're playing it. Like, I'm trying to rate the card. It's like, because like when DD Crow was released, it was like, it took like nearly like a year or something for people like, oh, we might actually use this for something. Like, it's only like really like when, it literally was only recently people bothered to play DD Crow. Because it was a meta where it required it. But Droll? Do we need this in Duel Links? What? Oh. It's such a powerful card, man. But it just depends on like what meta we're in. Like Goki, banger card. You're just stopping Goki in their track with this shit. You're just telling Goki to fuck off. Their turn ends. Like, how many searching decks do we have in Duel Links? There's quite a few. After their first search, they just stopped. I guess I should read the card, people don't recognize it. If a card is added from the main deck to your opponent's hand, except during the draw phase, with effect, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. For the rest of this turn, cards cannot be added from either player's main deck to hand. So, for example, they activate Alistair the Invoker, add Invocation. You activate the, Actually, I should do it the other way around. They activate the field... Wait, do we have the field spell in Duel Links? I think we have the field spell, do we? Never mind. They activate Alistair, they had the Invoke spell to hand. For the rest of the turn after that, you've activated Droll. They can't search any more cards. Not too great against Invoked, actually, unless they're using the field spell, which they don't have, so... in Duel Links. Yeah, not too bad versus Mech Knight. It's probably not going to see play initially in Duel Links, but there will be a meta will appear. 100%. It's too good of a card. As soon as a tier 1 deck appears, or a tier 0 deck appears, that does one search before it goes into like a combo and then do another search, you'll get run. It's just such a good card, depending on the meta. Like, if you're side decking this card is going to be insane. In tournament-wise, you'll side deck this for like so many matchups. It trashes hero, sure. It depends on what variant, right? It doesn't trash all hero variants. Actually, no, it does trash all hero variants because they're all trying to search. Depends if they need to use Stratos first. So they need to use Stratos first and try to use their Miracle Fusion. They're fucked. Because they Stratos, summon the dude, try to search Miracle Fusion, they wouldn't be able to. I think of all the hand traps to add, though, I'm kind of happy it's this one. This one's kind of like, sure. Because this card is like really bad in a lot of matchups as well, which is the reason why I feel like it's okay in Duel Links. Because you're really screwing yourself if you run this card against a lot of decks. Yeah, it just screws over Sunrise. You won't be able to use Sunrise if you've already used your Stratos. Alright. Moving on, this card banger. There'll be a meta that'll be played. If it's not this one, we'll see. How many copies should you get? As many as you like. It's sort of like a DD card. It's like a card that you don't need to have is the thing. It's like whatever you want. It's a card you don't need to have. But you probably want it at some point. Trickstar Trap combo? No. We don't have that. Don't worry about it. It's not here. And Konami's made sure to limit all the other ones to 1, so we're not banishing our opponent's hand, okay? We're not doing that. Thankfully. Magical Musketeer Kid Brave. During either player's turn, you activate blah blah blah. If a spell trap card is activated in this card's column, you discard a Magical Musket card, draw 2 cards. I mean, this is a banger, but why is this one the ultra and not this one? Why is Casper not the ultra? Would we not prefer Casper? I mean, this is obviously a generating 1 card worth of value, but Casper? I think I like Casper more. So it's easier to hit, I guess. I like Casper more. Man, what's the ratios of this deck looking like, boys? How are you playing this? What's the monster ratios looking like? I reckon I want one of this just for a wait. Is that the one? You probably want one of the level 4s just so we can. No, sorry, not this guy. Where is he? Sorry, a few of this and one of this, just so we can go into Exceeds if we want to. We might not even need to. We could just play just fucking 3 of this, fucking chuck error in, call it a day. One of this. I reckon 3 Casper, 3 Starfire, 1 Doc, one Wild, 1 Kid. 1 Kid? Those ratios don't look too bad. I wonder how many Kid we actually want. Kid seems really good, but I actually feel like I prefer Casper. Alright? God, it's so interesting. One or two. It could be a one. This could be such a cheap deck, by the way. Holy fuck. Like, giga cheap deck. It's probably 3. It probably is 3 Casper, 3 Starfire, and then a couple of Kid. 1 or 2 Kid. Why is the alert not playing?
Shut up, Mokuba.
Oh, there.
Magical Musket Ties of the Brethren. Not a consistent combo, but probably the strongest version.
You reckon? Who's the other level 3 are running? Don't they have to be the same level? Wait, is this only for level 4s? I don't remember. It's on level 4 or lower, right? And they have to be the same level? Nah, I don't reckon. Really? Actually, you could use this, because you care about the special summon, right? For some reason I thought it negated the effects for turn 1, but it doesn't. So what's the third level 3 you're running? You, and then... Oh, we get Doc as well. Ooh. You get Doc as well. True. Oh, it's actually quite good. I don't know, man. Fuck. It's 3 cards you get out. And if your opponent negates one, you won't care anymore. But I guess we don't really... There's not many negates, so... Man, this deck seems real fun. I'm not gonna lie. I want to play this. The effect of the one used for ties? True. Fucking hell, man. What a deck. I really want to try it. This box is so much more fun than the previous. God, there's so much stuff I want to play. I want to play Goki. I want to play Musket. I want to try the Cosmos. There'll probably be some dumb Ivy lock I'll try, maybe. I'm not super keen on being cringe, I'll be honest, but it's only 3 videos just guaranteed right off the bat. Fuck me, dude. Alright, moving on. Cosmo Farm Girl. Is this the waifu of the archetype? During either player's turn, you can banish this card and special summon level 4 higher Cosmo from your hand. You use effect onto a turn. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you pay 500 life points, add 1. When it makes battle damage? When it inflicts battle damage. You can summon the one that it searches. I was hoping for a turn 1 Cosmo Dark Lady, but that's pretty sedge. Yeah, you do OTK with it, I guess. I guess Cosmo's more of a going second deck, I'm guessing. The fact we can't search this turn 1 is pretty cringe. But like I said, you can just pop and go into it. If your opponent removes a card, you sort of float into it anyway, I guess. So you've never played against Cosmo? Exactly, you're not wrong. And I don't think you saying that I've never played against Cosmo is a good thing for the deck. If I've never played against it, it probably wasn't that much played, you know? Didn't see that much play is the issue. Might use a Warrock? It's probably about the same style of Warrock, right? I don't know. If we were able to Dark Lady on turn 1, I'd be so much more excited for this archetype. Or like, I guess I don't know, man. It doesn't seem like a bad archetype. We'll go with that, you know. You just having these dudes out just so they float is pretty impactful. Even just Cosmojoing, just popping stuff and floating seems pretty good. I don't know. I think of all the decks in this box, this is the one I've got the biggest question mark on. I don't know if this is going to be playable, if it's going to be like decent or not. I have no fucking clue. This will probably be the third deck I'll make for the video wise. It'll definitely be more likely I do Musket first and Goki first. Musket, Goki, then maybe we'll do this. I might do a Trickstar video, but not sure about that one. I don't think this is enough to make Trickstar actually like relevant. We'll see. It was tier 1 in the TCG a while back, bro. I didn't play no TCG. I play Master Duel. Moving on. Let's get into the other ultra rares. Amphibious Swarm Ship. What is this, a whale? Amblo Whale. What the fuck is this thing? 2+ effect monsters. Gains 200 attack for each linked monster in the graveyard. You only use this once per turn. If this card is destroyed, you can target one linked to your lower monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Wait, isn't this a Infotrak card? It's like one. If a link 3 or lower monster on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect while this is in your graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, destroy one card on the field. Oh. It reads like an Infotrak card, what the fuck? It's you as a card. Oh, he got me. Oh, he's funny. Thank you. Solid roast. It's not from any archetype. It just reads like an Infotrak. It's kind of odd. Either way. Yeah, I don't care too much about this one. It's not bad for climb. If you're like climb into this and you climb into something else, you just have this in the graveyard to pop stuff. I mean, sure. But it's not really something to be too excited over. This is like the ultra rare I don't really want to find if we open packs. It's not awful though. But if we're going through ultra rares, it's probably the one I don't want to pull, comparing it to some of this other shit. Holy fuck. That and this card, of course, because I've already got a billion of it. Wait, is it Link 4? I thought it was Link 3. Oh. Oh, you can't really climb with this card. Or you don't really want to climb. Ooh. Never mind. I thought it was a Link 3. I thought we're going to Link 4s with this. Never mind. We can throw this one away. Moving on. Alright, night. Do I need to review this? Do we need to stop to review this, guys? Do I have to? Do I even bother? do I need to stop to review this card? If this card is Link Summon, you can discard one card, then type one card in the field, shuffle it into the deck. Then if this card was co-linked, you can draw one card. You use one effect per turn. While any co-linked Nightmare monster on the field for your normal draw, in your draw phase, draw one card for each different card name among these co-linked Nightmare monsters, instead of just drawing one card. The only thing to do, basically just read the first effect and that's it. We're playing this card, okay, it's going to be in some decks. It's basically the Link variant of fucking, whatever you want to call him. The stupid spider everyone plays. It's basically that. Is it going to be as popular? No, because it requires the discard. In Duel Links we have less cards in hand, so discarding isn't great. But that being said, we're already running Ningirsu. It's probably just the same as Ningirsu. If anything, you might play it over Ningirsu in a lot of decks. Yeah. It's a good card. We're gonna be playing it. I don't need to talk much more about this card, do I? It's just you're gonna be playing it. Just not sure what it has the same sort of reasoning that Nightmare Phoenix has though. Whereas if you don't have the space in the extra deck, you won't play it, sort of thing. It's the card you tag on is just that generic extra card, just because you can play it. Yeah, it's better than it is. It's a great card. You're gonna be seeing play. And Firewall Dragon, bruh. I mean, I could review this card, but we've also got it. I feel like I've already reviewed this card because we went over the skills. Once while face up on the field, create effect the entire monster on the field and or graveyard up to the number of monsters co-linked to this card, return to the hand. If a monster this card points to destroy a battle into the graveyard, you spirit summon Cyberse monster from your hand. Another card that's going to be like, I mean, we can play it, but we're probably not going to play it that much. But the fact that like some decks are running just the Firewall skill is signs that this card might have like some signs of life in certain deck lists. But yeah, it's not too exciting. A lot of decks aren't even playing it, just playing that skill, and yeah, it's a card that's a bit too hard to summon. I think it's for its requirements of just returning one card to hand, but it's not the worst card. It's just we don't care too much. And that's basically the box review, boys. What do you reckon? I reckon we're buying 16 copies of this box. I reckon this is a really fun looking box. It has like everything you want. It has great tech cards. Even the reprint's a good card. It has like great tech cards. We've got great generic cards everywhere. It's got stuff for other archetypes. Like if you're just a Trickstar player, there you go, there's a new card for your deck. We've got GOKI stuff, so if you're a GOKI player, there you go, there's a new card for your deck. We've got insane... Musket seems really fun. I don't know... fucking hell, this deck seems real fun. I really want to play this. Cosmo might be playable. I don't know. The box seems so fucking bang, alright? Holy shit. If you're not building Cosmo, you need to go into it once. Probably true, actually. Yeah, that's probably true. That's actually true. I guess it depends how much you might want to go into it twice for Musket, because you may want to have 3 of this. This card is pretty important. I know it's searchable, but you probably want this card in most hands. And have the versatility to search for your pop as well. This is probably a 3 of in Musket. So you probably want to go into there at least twice. But you can get away with only 2 of this card or 1 of this card, definitely. I think you want 3 of this. 2 is fine, it's only once per turn. But it's like, you really want this card. I think you really want it. But you certainly make a cheap version of Musket. It's certainly very cheap if you just want to go into it once. It'll be fine. Damn, what a cheap box and a banger box. I don't know what to say, boys. Konami are really trying to get people to play this game. Very free-to-play friendly box. I wonder if I would even bother going for Cosmo. Maybe I just skip over playing Cosmo. I just build Goki. So I can already build like 3 videos, right? I can build Goki. I can build Musket. Maybe Trickstar. Maybe I block someone to just make them angry. Fucking I block. Why the fuck did they release this card? Hey, why is this in the game? Fuck you, Konami. You decided this was a good idea. Cosmo will be fun. Yeah, but it's kind of... It's like you have to value, like, the worthiness of it. Like, do I bother? Do I want to spend the amount of ultras it requires to get a bunch of this and a bunch of this? When I could just go through the box 1.5 times the first time in, like, 6 decades and have 3 full videos to make? I reckon we're skipping Cosmo, boys. I'm going to be honest. I think we're skipping Cosmo. Meta relevant? Don't know. Who cares? I think I'm skipping it. Because my Angel is kind of more Trickstar support. Should be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what we're doing with this stuff. Either way, boys. Yes, I did see the Dark Side Dimensions level ups. There's only like 1 that was relevant. That's like the cubic one. That might be fun. I might make a video on that after I've done tomorrow's Sushit video, but we're not sure. Don't skip, boys. You gotta value the wallet, okay? If I've already got 3 videos worth of content, do I need to make a 4th one out of a deck? I don't know. It's probably not worth it. I'm already pretty happy just with these 2. These are fucking banger. These decks are so banger. We shall see. We'll think about it. Alright boys, that's going to do it for today's box review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember there's a subscribe button. Definitely hit it. There's the button. Hit the subscribe button. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in future stuff. I have a Suship Master Duel video tomorrow, and then after that it's probably back to Duel Links content until the next selection pack with Master Duel comes out. So yeah, should be fun, should be fun. Thank you all for tuning in and stuff, and yeah. The hat will be back next time, alright? Just kind of smells at the moment, so. Thank you all for watching. Thanks for the donos and stuff as well, boys. Appreciate it. Catch you